What's up, everybody? We are Cinema 3D, and today we are going to be talking about Superman. All right, gentlemen, we are back, and DC is back. This is our first official video of the year 2025, right? If I do believe so. And this is DC's first official film of 2025, and their first return back to a new series, a new cinematic universe, a new version of storytelling, and what a ride the first one was, might I add. That was it's going to go down as a historic event in film history. We've talked about the DCU countless times on this channel before. We have I don't even know how many videos that people could go through and look at what our thoughts on it were. And it was crazy to actually see something like that come and go that quickly.
Yes.
And the learning curve of it's not that easy to just start hopping in and making a cinematic universe, and that it requires a plan, and it requires thought, and it requires an actual cohesive vision of where to go. So just heading into, what did you guys all think of DC kind of in these last, or maybe even the start of it, and how it started in comparison to how it ended up going?
I think that DC had potential, especially starting with Man of Steel, which I love. I know Justin loves it as well. I think Man of Steel is amazing. I think it was a great building block for things to come. However, they want to catch up with Marvel. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Not enough planning. Not enough cohesive story. And everything was just rushed. I like elements of BVS, and then all the other films. Wonder Woman was pretty good. But it can't just be mediocre. It needs to be stellar films to create this universe. And we didn't get that. Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, and tons of Black Adam, horrendous. Some bad movies that came out, and The Flash, and it's just like there wasn't a cohesive story. There wasn't a cohesive universe that
it wasn't going anywhere.
It wasn't going anywhere too. That's the thing. And of course, Justice League comes out, the 2017 version. Then we finally got Snyder's version, which was great. But it's just too, all of that was just too late.
Well, you said too many cooks. That's exactly what it was. I mean, because Zack Snyder's vision of those three films, whether or not we all like what they were doing, it was a clear, cohesive vision.
Absolutely.
But then just too many flops. And I think that's part of the thing with the cinematic universe, which you have to be weary of, is, and the same thing that Marvel suffers from, is getting into this episodic and making a movie feel like a long TV show episode and not making it beautiful films. Like it's cool to have these stories share a world that all these films are taking place within this world, but if you're not focusing on the movie that you're making as if it's the only thing standing there, right? Like, you have to fully deliver in that film. It's not just a piece of the puzzle, it is your art piece. And that's the thing that the cinematic universe, I think, was failing with, and I think DC was a prime example of that. And I mean, Marvel's also, currently they have those ones that just shine, but like there shouldn't be this many movies coming out that are these just
too few and far between.
Like, it makes you weary going into a new film where you're like, am I going to get an actual movie that I would see as a great superhero movie, or am I going to get a new episode of a TV show? And like, which directions is it going to go? And I think that's something that, we'll talk about it, but was refreshing. With tonight. And so Griffin, what have been your overall thoughts on DC in the last few years, in the last decade?
I'm far less invested than you guys are.
You made quite a shocking statement. I didn't even know right after we got out the theater about not having seen basically any Superman on.
I saw Man of Steel once in theaters. That's the only time I ever saw it. I've seen no other Superman movie.
That's pretty impressive.
Ever.
That's why I'm curious to see what he thinks about it.
I'm less invested than you guys are. But I'm ready to talk about it though.
Bottom line is they needed, it had to be, it was a puddle at this point. And
Justin, what do you think?
About the old one?
Yeah, just DC,
I love DC till the day I die.
Same.
I love, and just like you said, I love a lot of aspects of the old one. But there's stuff that you can't defend, so, you just gotta live and let die.
Nice. And at the end of the day, filmmaking, it is a business, and if you're not having at least, a unanimous people loving him or loving the films,
a good majority
and making money, you know, and not being so divisive. That's not good. That's why Marvel reigns supreme, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's how it's been going.
Yeah, absolutely.
But their idea was, let's just try to catch up. That's not how you do it.
No, not at all.
But now we are in a new era.
No.
We're in a new era, yes, and now
I just felt a finger start to be pointed my way.
who's pointing it?
I feel like you were like,
Me? Oh no.
I'll gladly go first. I got some
yeah.
stuff to say, man.
We are.
I mean, this is a podcast.
This is a
it's not
podcast.
scripted.
It's not scripted. We are in a new era, Justin, and
Oh, yeah.
the new era is beginning with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
What does this, in a sense, historic film
It is
for DC,
Mm-hmm.
for superhero films as a whole, and for the average moviegoer in the new direction in the 2020s? This is the film
Mm-hmm.
that is defining this new era. We want to know what you thought of this motion picture.
Okay, so I think this movie was really, really, really good. I think it was really, really good. There are some things I don't like about it, but the good outweighs the bad for sure.
Mm.
And
Are we doing spoiler warnings?
I feel like we should. I need to talk about some
Alright.
stuff.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Starting
For Superman.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Griffin will be on every episode from here on out, by the way.
Yes.
But Superman 2025, all right? There's a lot of things for me to love about it. I do really think the music was handled very well, but I also at the same time think that the lack of originality really takes away from that whole side of the movie. Doesn't take away from the movie. It still serves it well, but it's nowhere near the original Man of Steel, Superman Return, any other Superman, honestly. Still good. I think the standout is the titular character, Superman, which is what you want. So like that's the biggest thing for me. I was like, and we talked about this before, if they get him right, there could be some other stuff that I might not like, but I'll be okay with it, you know?
Yep.
Like those would be more nitpicks for me, and that's what ended up happening. I mean, I know we'll talk about it once we all kind of give our brief idea of what we thought about the film, but for me, I thought it was really well done for the most part. But I don't want to give too much away until I hear what you guys have to say. So
Okay.
I'd say
We go in a circle.
yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I personally, I thought everyone did a great job acting wise. I thought all the performances were really solid. I did not find Superman's acting performance to be the standout for me personally. I thought it was rock solid. I actually found Mr. Terrific and Luther to be the best. Luther specifically, I think, was the most compelling acting performance for me. Nicholas Hoult really, I think, put his whole
heart and soul
into that one, and I felt it from beginning to end. I was really captivated by his performance. And then Mr. Terrific just had this kind of gravitas
He was swaggy.
that I was really not prepared for. That I really enjoyed. I think Superman did what Superman is supposed to do, which is be a kind of a foundation, almost a little bit of a blank slate. Like I think you're almost kind of supposed to project a little bit of yourself onto Superman, and it's easier to do that when he's him, you know. And so I didn't feel like they added a lot of spice to the white bread, as it were. But I think that's more of a writing directing choice than an acting choice. Like I said, I think they did a phenomenal job with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
It just didn't stick out to me like Nicholas Hoult, right?
Nicholas Hoult,
yeah. Nicholas Hoult's performance, I thought was just, I thought it was actually really, really good.
No, I would agree with you, Mr. Terrific. He's
Terrific
right there,
fantastic.
right there underneath Superman for me.
So I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was terrific.
Terrific.
Oh wow.
No, I thought the movie was a good time. There was one scene in the entire movie that I was like, I don't really like what's happening right now. Like this is kind of whatever.
Yeah.
We can get into that more later. But it was the
I wonder if it's going to be something similar.
colorful river
Oh, no. Okay.
scene. I just felt kind of like colorful slop to me a little bit. You know,
Like messy.
Yeah, just like colorful, messy slop. I was kind of like, I couldn't really keep track of what was going on. It was a little kind of dragged out.
Yeah.
And like the climax of that scene with like the black hole, I thought was really, really cool looking. But the like 2 minutes it took to get there, I was like, I think I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on. I feel like my eyes are gonna have a seizure right now. Like, all in all, yeah, it was a good time. I think the biggest thing with any Superman movie is going, how do you make stakes for Superman, right? Because he's Superman. He's indestructible. He's invincible. He's the strongest. How do you create an environment where Superman has stakes? And I think this movie did a pretty good job of giving Superman stakes. And I think that's how you make a compelling Superman movie.
Yeah.
How do you take the strongest entity in existence and stress him out? You know, how does that guy get stressed? And that makes an interesting Superman movie. So yeah, I liked it.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, definitely just jumping off what everyone's been talking about with Superman, and it is the depiction of Superman being a huge takeaway from the film. And I mean, without even giving too much away for the film, what I absolutely loved without a doubt was his portrayal. I mean, the whole thing of the way he talked, the way he carried himself, the whole thing of like I guess
Miss Late.
yeah, Miss Late, like I mean, it's fun. It's fun to see somebody be, I guess, even directed to act that way in the first place, and to act that Superman-ish is incredible. And it's like, I guess kind of like the blank slate thing, but I think that's something that I didn't like as much with, let's say, Man of Steel, right? And it's like, I don't necessarily, I want a definitive type Superman personality. And I mean, you know, Christopher Reeve certainly is that. But the thing with the whole DC EU series was the lack of Superman feeling like Superman, and I felt like this film delivered that for me. And that was a huge thing, is like, even if he's boring or dull, or like, I mean, it's his simplicity and his purity that shines through with the character, and that's what shined through with his performance.
Yeah, I don't think he was boring. I think simplicity is the word I would use, but I don't think that's a bad thing for Superman. I just mean like specifically from an acting perspective. Like, I think he nailed that. I think that's what he's supposed to do. You know.
Really good.
So no, I think, again, I have no qualms with that at all. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and with Luther, I thought that he was fantastic. I mean, he just delivered the eccentric billionaire and I love just a lot of like the lines they gave for him, right? Because Luther's a hard character to pull off, right? And he's the best version I've ever seen of him is Superman the Animated Series. But if you're gonna do Luther, then you want to do him in this slightly plausible type way of like, and the line that was the best was like, when I'm compared to Galileo or Einstein, like, and I shed a tear because I don't want to be compared to those men, like, I'm more than that. And it's just like,
he's got a god complex.
That's what
he's got a god complex, and it's interesting to see him working within the real world, right? And that's the thing you want for Luther, is you don't want Luther to be just right off the bat this just eccentric, crazy villain, right? Who like just is just menacing for menacing's sake. Like, he's a high stake, high profile, multi-billionaire who's highly invested in the affairs of the world. That's Lex Luthor. He's got his hands in everything, and he wants to essentially control the world. I mean, like,
that's his superpower.
Superpower. It's like, how much more can I get? How much more can I grow? And this is challenging the mere idea of me being man. And even if I achieve the highest state of man, there's still this metahuman that's going to overachieve me, and I can't take that. They really did nail Superman and Lex in this film, and that was like, I was so impressed and blown away with that. And it was really refreshing because I wasn't sure about how I felt about him in the trailer as Lex Luthor. And I was really scared after BVS. And I was really nervous about how Lex Luthor was going to be depicted. But yeah, I mean, if you give me your hero and villain being how your hero and villain should be, especially when their characters have been portrayed time and time and time again, to actually see them portrayed in a way where I can see you being up there with the greats of who have portrayed these characters, and this doesn't feel like a weird one-off where your hero is just killing and not acting at all like he should, and your villain is covered in tattoos and has a grill, and it's like, I'm really happy that the two main heroes and villains of this story were as they should be.
And they felt like they were pulled straight.
Oh, they felt like them.
Straight out of it, man. I didn't think it was gonna be true, man, because I've heard that said so many. I was like, but dude, it is. Like, it's literally feels like they pulled it straight from the animated series.
Him crying.
Was
like, I mean,
so good.
Like, I mean,
crying.
Lex crying. I mean, like, you gave him just like like a humanity to him as well. Like I was
But because he's got that, that God complex, he doesn't want to be seen as
weak or have any sort
so
of.
he's keeping it all internal, but deep down he is crying and pouting and everything.
But it's not on the forefront.
Yes, exactly.
And that's big.
And that's great, and it's subtle.
Yep, and it's subtle.
Is awesome.
So that's, I mean, right now, if we're just going to be bouncing around, my big takeaway right now is kudos and bravo for doing your characters justice. Doing your big
Superman and Lex too, right?
Superman, doing two of the most iconic heroes and villains of all time justice. It's a big deal, and you did not disappoint with that, and I applaud that.
Yeah. So you liked it.
I loved it.
There you go. There we go. Good. Yeah. So pretty much echoing what everybody else said. I'm leaning more towards with Justin. I think this is really, really good. I think this was needed.
Yeah.
It was a clean slate.
Yeah.
And like what you said, it is refreshing. It's a bold take, and I think it's the right take, in my opinion. There are things that I have issues with. Couple things that like, oh, okay, all right, I get some of it. I get some of it. I'm like, I don't know about that. But overall, especially at ending is paramount. Just everything that culminated to that ending, and of course the final ending just felt good. It felt really good. It felt like
that speech he gave.
Yeah, the speech as well.
Teared up.
It's phenomenal. That right there encompasses the entire movie, and that actually made it for me, because I'll be honest. While I thought it was good, I was throughout the movie, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah.
That speech and that whole thing, that whole dynamic right there between him and Lex, between Superman and Lex, that made it for me.
Yeah.
And that was great. And then of course Lois and Superman as well at the very end. Like it all felt great. And you know why? Because of David Cornsweet. David Cornsweet is Superman.
Yeah.
He is great. Okay. This is the Superman that we've needed. Okay. It's Superman that's been needed from the get-go, and feeling of hope. Like you felt the Boy Scout. Yeah, it's Superman. If you want to have someone dark, go watch Batman or Marvel the Punisher.
Yeah.
It's not Superman. He is very much a character that tries to see the good with everyone and tries to do good. That's him. Can there be some dark moments and him and testing his character? Absolutely. But you don't need him to be brooding.
Yeah.
That's not him. That's why I can't wait for the future, because you could have the bright, but you can have the dark as well. Make it like that, and you're on a win-win
You're on a path to world's finest.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. I think Nicholas Hoult as Lex was great. Didn't have. I need to see more of him. I'll be honest. Like he delivered a great performance.
Yeah.
And especially the whole Galileo speech and whatnot, especially like I said, ending is paramount. That really helped bring his character to fruition. But we'll get into some of the issues I have. But I need more, and this is good because it makes me want to have more, which is awesome. Yeah. However, when this is the start of the new universe, I think we could have had a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and I can't tell you. But I think
it was the fact
need
that
to be a little
stayed
bit
up there too much.
Yes.
Which I think I'm a little bit more okay with it than you, because I knew it was gonna happen, but it was handled a little bit better than I thought it would be in my opinion.
It was, yes.
But I think that's what the root of it is he stayed in his tower too much.
I think that I think for right now, I'm not gonna have that be a huge issue. I think it's like I just want to see more now. And I hope we see more of him. Yeah. We need to see more of him.
Oh, yeah.
And the only nitpick that I could give towards it is I wish you would just literally give us the exact version that's in the animated series. Because it'd really be fun to see the Lex Luthor who's really, they were hinting at him being popular with the public. But, why not give him that swagger? Why not give him that,
But this is the perfect setup, though. If I'm not mistaken, there's some version of Lex where he is hated by everyone and he comes back stronger than ever and is loved by everyone. And also, if that doesn't even happen, this whole thing of Lex being very heated, angry, I want to just figure out how to stop Superman.
Yeah.
Because he got, the end of the film happened, he got taken, arrested, sent to Belle Reve, which is awesome. now he could start becoming the more mellow, more thought-provoking, more like calm Lex, who could be even scarier in the future. And Superman might have to like relearn how to defeat him in the future, which would be awesome. So
Yes, for sure. I think that the suaveness needs to come out. I don't want him to be always unhinged.
I think it
Well,
would
he was calmer
but-
than what we saw previously.
Oh,
So he wasn't unhinged the whole time. He definitely had
Yes, he
those
did.
like
And
Yes,
the
he
best
did.
one
there
is
were
when he,
more calm moments than I was expecting.
He did compared to what Eisenberg did for 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I agree with you. Like, I want to make sure that we have that suaveness and that confidence. He had confidence,
yeah, he did.
but I want to see. That's the thing. I just need to see more.
Well, like the interview was great.
Yes.
And like
Oh, yeah.
I loved that part when he stands up and he's like
he just takes control of the whole
he just takes
scene.
control of the interview. And
That
then
was
when
great.
he's talking to all of them where he's like, it's because you're after all of us, and it's like
Yeah.
it gives you almost a feeling of like he believes he's fighting for a cause almost.
Yes, absolutely.
Also.
You did feel that for sure, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean everybody else acted very well. And there were stand-up performances. Mr. Terrific was awesome.
Mr. Terrific was
he had suave, man.
Yeah.
There was
Guy
not one
Gardner.
line that
Yeah.
I didn't like from him.
No, true. Guy Gardner was great. He was funny and I had that confidence as well for some reason. No, everyone. I mean, Lois Lane was great. Like she embodied Margot Kidder, man. What's the actress's name?
Oh, Rachel Brosnahan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She was great. She
perfect.
literally felt like Margot Kidder from the original Superman, but also just Lois Lane in general.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
that's how she is. She questions everything.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with what she says is up to debate, but that's a reporter. You know?
reporter.
It's-
That apartment
Absolutely.
scene, I remember looking at you, I was like, just leave, Clark,
Well,
just leave, bro.
It's also
Just
fun
don't
for
say
Lois
anything.
to look like Lois Lane.
Say again.
It's also fun for Lois Lane to look like Lois Lane.
Yeah.
I think she
I
is
agree.
the best looking Lois Lane and the best Lois Lane, just
Yes.
right off the bat. There's no doubt about it for me.
I'd agree.
Superman,
No,
it's not that easy, but Lois, I think it's clear to me she's the best.
And this is, I know I'm going to be probably in the minority here, but this was one of my favorite portrayals of the parents. And
Shockingly, too.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not
No,
expect it to be
I
that
agree.
It's
good.
very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was very sweet.
And
And
it adds that home.
Yep.
Like that is home. Like
Yep.
you have the Fortress of Solitude, which is
Yep.
awesome, but that's home.
that's home.
Absolutely.
And when you give a really sweet character, I like that, especially when something's in the stake, right? Like the stakes are really high because like as exactly what you're saying, like that's home, right? And it's that almost like calling to his innocence and his purity, and here they are manifesting that. And it's like, how much more do you need to fight to protect that, and how much more inspiring is that of the good people, and they are just meant to manifest the good people.
Absolutely.
And that was like, I mean, that to me did more inspiration than even,
I love Kevin Costner as Pa Kent. I'm not even gonna try and compare the two because I feel like they're too different to even compare. Honestly, like,
they're, I mean, totally different
Yeah.
type characters.
I love both of them though. Like, I mean, I think this one, like that scene where he got home and he was infected with the kryptonite,
Yeah.
and the dad was like basically crying,
Yeah.
and and Martha had to be strong. And it's like, that's a twist I did not see coming because normally you think it's the other way around. And it's like, no, like, he gets soft for his boy. That's not even his boy. Like, he just took him in. Like,
Yeah.
But it's that humanity that it felt, and it didn't feel so. I don't even like.
it didn't feel like it was just forced.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt the most lived in.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
it just felt
Like,
lived in.
that's
It felt
how-
real. It felt like you'd
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to
That's a good
Kansas
way
and
to
find
say it.
that house.
Oh, yeah.
And find those parents.
Yeah.
The animated
Waiting for
series.
you there.
Yeah,
You know?
especially the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
How you
and Pa
doing,
Kent didn't
son?
die.
Yep.
And Pa Kent didn't die.
And Paul Kent didn't die.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
Which is nice. I kind of
Wow, he does. He
He
die
dies
in a
in
lot of-
Superman. He
Yeah.
dies in Man of Steel. He does not die in the
Dude,
animated series.
Another plus for this movie, honestly. I mean, that's cool that they did that. I didn't even think he was going to be in the movie. I thought the scene in the trailer was a flashback.
Yep. Because I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna. I thought they were gonna do Man of Steel as the heart attack or something like that, and then
Right.
or not Superman.
Superman. Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, and it's weird because you didn't spend a lot of time with them almost at all. You only had the phone call earlier in the film.
Sorry, Griffin. We keep forgetting you haven't seen any of these.
Nah, sorry. I'm good.
Oh.
I have context, guys.
But
It's okay.
he probably knows a lot about it.
But
Yeah.
just the just how much weight you were able to get from that scene with him and the dad. It was crazy.
Can we acknowledge Crypto?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why people are saying Crypto is the best part about the movie. He was
I
good.
don't agree with the best part.
He was good, but he was kind of the biggest problem I had with it was he was cute. He was cute. He did his job. I just think after that first scene,
Yep.
he should have started already learning how to listen to Clark. The only thing is this now at the end, spoilers, Supergirl shows up, so it's like, yeah, it makes a little bit more sense that it's not his dog, but come on, like, Crypto's not like that.
I thought Crypto was delightful.
Yeah.
In the sense that my heart smiled every time the Crypto
Yeah,
was
he's
on screen
very
because
cute.
he was cute
Adorable.
and it was awesome.
And he's awesome.
But
Those
I
ears.
found him
Always.
at times to be frustrating
Yes.
in a story capacity.
Like if he wasn't that, there was already enough comedic relief that I think could have been taken out, but I was okay with it.
Yeah.
But then when you're in the middle of my fight scene with Superman and freaking who I predicted Bizarro,
Yeah,
you did.
even though they called him Ultraman, which I don't care, like it's Bizarro. That's awesome. You put Crypto in there, and granted that part he did actually listen.
Actually, that was like my favorite Crypto part.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But like
That's what
that
I'm
example,
talking about,
I was like,
it just took him. I think it took him too
I
long
didn't find
in the
it-
middle of the movie to listen. Like,
Absolutely.
Like
I didn't find it necessary to do the Hulk Loki thing. Again, that was my one thing too, is when Crypto flies in and starts right when Lex is about to give a response. It's like, and my big thing,
that was right after the greatest part in the movie.
greatest
too.
part in the movie.
That was my gripe.
My big thing, and this film didn't do it bad, but and I was actually impressed with Gunn with that, where he was able to control himself.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
would
could
say it's
feel
better
when
than
he
people.
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are making it sound a lot worse, I think, online than it is.
no, I
Right.
thought I had
But-
it. Yeah.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good blend.
I think
But
I think they were leading on too much onto the Crypto thing that is great versus like Crypto is kind of the problem for me at least.
absolutely. No, I'm with you.
Like the girl I'm fine with. That's Eve Tesma. I don't know how to say her name, but she's in the original and like the comics and stuff, so it's fine. You want to do a current version, that's cool. She ended up actually paying off to be somewhat smart. The blonde chick who took the pictures and stuff.
Okay.
Which is funny with Jimmy. Like I think Jimmy was great by the way too.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah.
I don't remember
That
the
was
Jimmy
funny.
from the original, but
Yeah.
Oh no.
a million times better than the Jimmy we got in what is it, BDS?
Oh man.
Remember that one?
Walk in
Oh
2 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Well, this is
It's okay, Lois.
this is more Jimmy Olsen. Like,
yeah, this is, and you know who it is? Young
The actor?
Sean Spencer from Psych.
Young
Yeah.
Sean Spencer.
Well, he's in a
from
lot of
Psych.
stuff.
But he's young Sean Spencer from Psych, and
Still
that's
has
what
the same
matters.
Yeah,
Holy
always.
crap.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see him taking pictures though. That's the only thing.
No.
Well, he was a report. Well, he was he? For, did they say he was
he's
a
a photographer.
photographer?
Mainly photographer. Yeah, yeah.
But
it's
nitpick.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I
Uh,
like him and Clark's relationship too. They kind of like buddy.
yeah. I mean, Hot Girl. Didn't really get much to do.
Yeah.
Well, that was fine though. I
It
mean,
sucked,
it
but
was
it's fine,
and I
yeah.
like that it wasn't big hitters. You
Yeah.
know, it was Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner and
So
I did
She
like.
didn't, Guy Gardner didn't do more than her necessarily.
No,
He just had more
but
lines.
he definitely had.
He had more
personality.
dialogue and more
He had more
personality.
personality,
Yeah.
for sure. But with Hawk Girl, why is it even with like Hawkman? Why is it the wings just go bye whenever they? I mean, from what
well,
what
because they're
I've
supposed to
seen,
be
in the animated in the Justice League show, it's there.
I mean, they're
that's
aliens.
yeah, that's what separates them. It's like why? Because CGI.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That might be a real nitpick. People aren't really gonna give a shit about that. But for me, it's kind of like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
We were for real. But yeah, I mean, she looked great for the most part, and I think moving forward, she probably be awesome.
One
but I
thing
hope so.
I did like, which I feel like some people might not like, is the fact that she was completely okay with killing that dude.
I
Because
mean,
from
Hawk
what I
Girl's
heard-
very much like she don't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
they
don't give a
did
shit.
that
was-
right.
To an
that-
extent,
That was pretty
she-
badass, yeah.
It's the League that really gets her
Yeah.
to like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Which is cool.
rein it in a little bit.
Well, she's a
That's
warrior from
She's
her
a
playing
warrior
it.
from
Like,
Themyscira.
yeah.
Themyscira. Thanagar.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Thanagar.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. They're very
we
similar.
have to kill him now. So
Very
I
similar.
know, yeah, very similar though. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, what other?
We still got about 15 minutes. Okay.
My big thing with this film was the most comic book we've ever seen a Superman movie done.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, and like talking about like stuff with like the river and all that stuff, like how bonkers the film got at times, right?
Yes, yeah.
And it did. And I love that. Like, I'm so okay with that. I'm like, you know what? Lean into that, because we're telling comic book stories and it's so fun to bring in just the crazy and the colorful. If your characters are grounded, then the world that they're in, if this is the jump and this is our our staple of this is where we start, this is the foundation, then that's great. Now we know what we're getting into.
Dude, I just got so excited.
Where you need to blend that though is that doesn't, because things are crazy and bonkers, that doesn't mean they have to be silly. And that's something that I hope we draw the line with, right? Because
yes, I would agree 100%. I think that's the thing, is like we could have the lighter tone and stuff like that with a little bit of some seriousness. I do not want the DC universe to be like this every single time.
And he said it's not
that.
going to.
They do that, then it's just not.
I mean, I've seen a lot of James Gunn's superhero work.
Yeah.
This was his most, as far as like leaning into comedic stuff, his most tame.
It was his most. No, it was.
Yeah.
Far.
Really did.
I would
Like,
agree.
I think Gunn has always done an incredible job of injecting a lot of heart into whatever he's working on. Regardless of the comedic aspect of it. I think it's one of the things we really love about things like Guardians, where it's like it has that comedic tone to it, but it also has a lot of heart. Yeah. I think he put the heart front and center.
He did put the heart
in
front
Superman,
really
and then
sprinkled a little bit.
He still sprinkled his personality. He directed it. I don't think he's going to direct every single one.
No,
but he directed this one, and it has that Gunn
I love
charm
that.
to
I
it.
love that he did that.
Dope, dude. I mean,
you don't see Kevin Feige doing that.
Yeah.
You don't say. I mean, I hate to say it, but you don't see Feige. I'm going to
just
direct
said that
this
at the same time.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't even know.
No.
Okay. So another nitpick. Sorry. It was cool to see Superman's parents in the hologram. However.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Talk about. Yeah.
That is a major thing too. I thought. I mean, unless I could be wrong, I don't remember. But if that's the actual message. Is that the actual? What do you
mean?
I thought it was fake, and apparently it's real.
No, that's
apparently
the message.
It's real.
That's
in this universe.
In this universe, sure.
That's the biggest flaw of the movie, honestly.
Here's my thing.
But it doesn't take away from anything.
But what's
from the movie.
bold about this is that with something like the Batman, where they have Thomas.
They actually went through it.
They went through with it, but he is still a good man.
Yeah.
They're conquerors. You're gonna make his parents actually become
invincible.
Here's the thing: is why
I know, like,
does he have to be a good man though? At the same time, too.
That's another thing I was thinking of. Like, is it bad?
Why does he have to be?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, because it's not
that
like
just adds more to Superman being the good person that he
does.
is.
And it does really emphasize his human parents and the groundedness.
That's what I like about it.
It makes the distinction between being a human and being a Kryptonian so much more distinct.
Yes.
Because him choosing to be a human when him choosing to be a Kryptonian is ethically the same thing. Isn't that much of it? Him saying, I'm choosing to be a human and serve the people instead of choosing to be a Kryptonian and be a conqueror. That's a much bigger
It is
distinction.
pretty bold. I'm surprised
I was
no one's
impressed with
talking
it.
about
No,
it.
I was impressed
I
with
didn't
it.
hate it. I really didn't.
I didn't hear anything about that.
And I really liked.
that was a shock.
I was hoping that it wasn't going to be manipulation. I loved when Lex was walking, and the guy was like, "That was a great lie you came up with," and he was like, "It was real." Like they did it. He did it himself.
Lying.
No, you could tell with just the way he was just concentrating. He's like, "It was real." Like
that shocked me, dude. I mean, like, but it also does add to the
and
way
it
the
adds
movie
to Superman
starts.
saying like, well, that's my whole reason for this is what this is why they sent me here. It's like, well, it turns out that's not why they sent you here. So where do you stand now? Where do you find purpose in life? Like that's beautiful.
But then it has it being like you decide.
You decide.
It's your choice.
And his human father says that.
I have a love-hate relationship. Hate's a strong word. I have a love mildly question mark interesting. Yeah, something like that. But as we talk about it, it's like, it's bold and it works for this. It works. For
As we talk about it,
but it's a little bit like, wow, it
I like
shocked me a little bit. I was like, wow, you're going to go that far.
It leads beautifully into a moment of connection between him and his human father.
Which is a great scene.
And again, we all know what Superman is going to choose.
Yeah.
We know
Oh, yeah.
Superman's a good person.
Yeah.
But at that moment, Superman doesn't know if he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's questioning if he's a good person, if he can be a good person. And it's that moment with his father where he kind of just says, hey, remember your own actions.
Yeah.
Remember what you wanted. He says, your actions
We give you the
Speaking of
layers.
what
Speaking of what
you
you said.
are a human.
What is it?
Oh, there's some layers, bro.
It's layers,
The
man.
movie
It's good.
starts out with his Kryptonian parents
Yeah.
and it ends with his real
Yeah,
or
well, yeah,
human
and he's sitting
parents,
there
and then
and-
also
Oh, we put the
Bizarro.
message on of your parents. And
Yeah,
then,
which that was a great freaking 360. But Bizarro is what he would have been if he followed through with his parents'
Ooh,
plan.
nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Now-
that's dope.
What kind of going off with what you said, I think the movie gets better as it goes on.
It does.
I will admit,
Well,
the
I think
beginning
it should
was
be that,
a
right?
little.
It should, but like
It should. However,
It should build on itself, right?
However, for
Yeah.
a couple of minutes into the first act, I'm a little bit like, okay, no worries. And then you get into the inciting incident and all, Superman being blacklisted. I'm like, is this earned? I don't think so. However, as the film keeps going on, I'm like, no, it does.
See,
I
feel
loved
like-
the first act.
I
though.
feel like
Really?
I feel like
Yeah.
they put the pedal to the floor at the beginning.
They
because
really
did.
we
Which
hit
is
the
a good
gas
thing.
and
Which
we
is
were
a good-
cooking.
That's a
is
good thing.
Which is a
Right.
big reason why a lot of people haven't liked it too, is because it just throws you in. But I thought it was a breath of fresh air.
It was a breath.
Gunn is like, we don't need it. We don't need this.
Mm-hmm.
We go in.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Throws you right into the mix.
Yeah.
Oh, like
And I
every Star
love,
Wars,
and
yeah,
also
honestly.
even just with the intro, the
This is
3 years, 3 years, 3 days, 3 days. I mean, it's very Star Wars.
I love
Yeah.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Man, no, yeah.
That's alliteration with numbers right there, bro.
Great.
It was great, but
I still will stand by that. I think it gets better as the movie goes on. However,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, we're not doing an origin story. You're gonna be throwing in, oh well, if you know Superman, you know Superman.
but it did
keep going with the
it
story.
did what I needed it to do, which is, and I think I was telling you this. And it is, if you're not doing an origin story, what we still need from your first film is to identify the hero's purpose.
Yes.
And
it did that.
And it did that. Like, because if you're gonna throw me in, that's fine. I don't need to see where he came from, but I need to understand where he came from to where he is now. I mean, that's literally what this movie did.
Yeah.
And so that was a
No, I mean, if you could wrap it up in one scene, it is him talking to Lex at the end.
Yep,
Where
absolutely.
I can't remember everything verbatim, but I'm definitely gonna watch that scene so many times, dude. And
Yeah.
there's so much things, like little things, like Lex's after they finally get the, I don't know what you call them, like the nanobots or whatever inside of Superman, and Lex like thought he won. You could see his little like smirk he was doing. Like it was like very happy,
yeah.
trying to hold it back, and then it was like, wait a minute, I have nothing to do now if he really is dead. Like what else, like what do I have to achieve if Superman's gone? So it brings that awesome sense of Batman Joker.
Yep.
They're not going to kill each other. Superman Lex, they're not going to kill each other.
Right.
For all the wrong reasons from Lex's side, for all the right reasons from Superman's side, but also that's to a flaw, like he said. Like, or Lois, I think it was Lois or someone said, like, you're so good to a flaw because, like,
I loved that.
it's so good, but at the end it reigns true, man. He was like, I really hope one day you can see that. And you could see Lex, like a moment he was looking and he was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
No,
Like, I'm not going to do it. But you could see that slight hint of humanity still left in Lex. But even though there's like this just tiniest portion.
Yeah.
And Superman is just, he's just Superman, bro. I love Henry Cavill. I love Chris Reeve. I love, honestly, every Superman we've ever gotten.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we've gotten a bad one, but
No.
this one's just got something special.
He does
about
have
him.
something very special.
Like,
Which is why I can't wait to see him in other movies that's not a Superman movie too. Like that's gonna be great. Man.
Yep.
Mr. Terrific's fight scene on the beach.
Incredible. Yeah. Very
Dude, he
Gunn,
was
too.
great.
Very
Crazy.
Gunn.
Oh man,
It was-
I feel like he let himself go there for a second, and that was the right place to do it.
Yeah.
Like that was
He
the
said, "I gotta
right
do it
moment. He's
here."
like,
Yeah.
it's gotta happen. It's gonna happen.
It's the
here.
whistle scene from
and it was beautiful.
from Guardians 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
It
can you
was-
grab me that book? Me and Griffin read this book. This is a side note, huge side note. If you get a chance to read this book, I would highly recommend
I
it.
read it in an hour. So
I read it in
yeah.
2.5 hours, so Griffin's better than me. But
Oh,
it
man.
gives you a little bit of like the first year insight, because now we know it's 3 years in, which
3
is
years
cool.
That is
This
cool.
was like first year learning to be Superman. Lex is early.
Yeah.
There's Metallo in here. There's early signs of what could be now Bizarro.
Yeah.
Or Ultraman, and then
Hopefully he
Jimmy and
turns into
Clark's
Bizarro.
relationship in here is really dope, and like you get to see the early stages of Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
But even in the movie, I really liked reading this because in the movie you don't need to read it. This is just like a fun addition to it now.
That's how books should be with movies.
That's how
too.
books should be.
absolutely.
Like you shouldn't need to watch something else or read something else to be good for a movie. Just like who, but I think it's so good.
I think my only big nitpick of the film is actually in the third act, which is crazy. But my only big nitpick is moments like, because to me this is a film that could stand like Man of Steel. I mean, it could, even though I'm not as crazy about that film, I can't argue that it can stand alone as a Superman piece. And this one, I feel the same way. It's just, then when we're hitting home at the end, like, it was really, I think, him flying in and doing that with Lex Luthor. I'm like, I've seen this enough. We don't have to do this again. We don't have to do the, and it's crazy how that's a nitpick, but it's been so done with Marvel. The fake out.
With what?
The abrupt fake out, right? Like of Crypto coming in and throwing around Lex.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't take away your hero moments, because those hero moments, like, I mean, in like The Dark Knight, right? It's like, like, imagine if in The Dark Knight, if when he's, standing next to Harvey Dent and he's giving his final words and his speech,
Batmite comes out of nowhere. That guy's just like,
please, no, don't do deep cuts. Don't do Batmite. Whatever you do, just don't. It's not going to be clever. We don't want that.
I don't know. I think it was an interesting way to conclude that scene, because I'm trying to think of how else they could have concluded. Like,
it gives closure to Crypto's.
It gives a little bit of closure to Crypto's quote unquote arc,
but it's got, does something
like,
good.
You've got Superman, you've got Lex, and they're having like a battle of ethics, right? Like a battle of ideology,
Yeah.
And
great convo.
There's not really a way that ends, right?
Except for Superman just basically sets him down.
Yeah, and like the only way that ends is you fade to black.
Yeah.
Off of it, of Lex looking at you like this, and I think it was just an interesting. I think it was an interesting choice, and I think
it was a crowd pleaser.
I think Lex needed a physical consequence of what he did.
That's true.
That Superman couldn't do. Right. Like Superman scuffed him up a little bit.
He did get him a little bit, but
it was a little bit overboard. I think it was the right thing to do.
A little overboard, but
a little bit overboard.
And I think
it was kind of nuts. I mean, I don't think he could survive that, honestly. But that's a nitpick. That's where I think if he went like boom boom, like that's fine. But like, dude was hit so hard by a Kryptonian dog, like 20 times.
We were watching a movie with aliens, and
I was really I could really feel the tension at the beginning when at the opening scene when he hits the snow. You know, and he's lying there and he's like gasping for breath. And I was like, oh man, like he's
I just
5 minutes left.
And then he gets and then when Crypto just hits him, I was like, oh!
I did not expect that.
Like,
I did not expect it to be the opening scene.
I didn't either.
Misleading in the trailer.
Yeah. He was being honest though. Like we only saw the first 30 minutes worth of the movie, and I love that. Like that allows me to watch all the trailers and not feel like I've seen all the movie.
Yeah.
Like there was enough surprises for me that were good, like Bizarro, Supergirl, a couple other things.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy for them to put their main in-game villain in a trailer? That's
Doomsday.
a surprise villain. Wouldn't that be just
like every
the
studio does now? Like by the third trailer, they're like, "Oh, it's not enough engagement. We got to show the villain."
I could have lived, and those are the small things I could have lived without. Is the Supergirl coming in with Krypto, like that being a mid-credit scene. If anything, what I would have liked to see more, and even the last credit scene, if you say whatever, it's not funny. Like, it wasn't really that funny.
But Supergirl should have been the one and only end credit scene.
I would take them both out.
Well, that wasn't an end credit scene. That was in the movie, I think, right?
Yeah, it was.
Supergirl?
Yeah.
Oh, because that was right before he did his parents thing.
Yeah.
I would have taken that out entirely.
Yeah.
And what I would have liked to see is the film, he lifts Lois in the air, they spin, it goes to black. And then you get Superman, and then because everyone always says for that one, and then it's like a James Gunn film, Superman, and then it's Superman just laying there on the thing, and then it's sir, do you want me to put the video of your parents on? And he's like, yeah, it always like makes me feel good. And then he starts to spin, then you go into the song, and that song brings you into black credits. I think that would have been more tasteful ending.
That
is a cool idea.
That's too important to the story for it to be an end credit.
It is too important for the story. I agree, but
thematic
everyone
moment.
stays
You
for
can't
that.
have that in the end credit.
I think the Supergirl should have been end credit.
I think Supergirl could have been end credit, but the spinning is
I just take the Supergirl
fundamental to the thematic nature of what their story
I do
is trying
think
to
that's
tell.
a bookend.
It's pretty bold.
And now
It is a
thinking
bookend.
about the whole thing about his parents not being all good, like I don't know. It's interesting for sure. Like I did not expect anything to be done with his parents at all. We knew that Bradley Cooper was going to be in it, but like
Bradley Cooper. Come on, man.
That also was like, is that Bradley Cooper for a second?
Yeah, right.
Why you gotta be a bad guy like that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Probably got to start wrapping it up.
All right. Well, I think pretty.
We got to
much-
give our ratings.
Yeah. Now
we got like 7 minutes left, but let's make it 5.
we'll go around and give our final Cinema 3D official ratings. For those who don't know, the Cinema 3D ratings, we ripped off Jeremy Johns and we came up with our own rating system, and it is
What is it, Griffin? No.
Oh, what is it, Griffin?
Yeah, you don't know.
You know some of them.
In the trash? No, it's
No, so
one's never again, right?
I'm
Disqualification.
the lowest one is Never Again, then it is Not a Fan, then it is Good Flick, then is In My Collection, and then it is
Movie match.
Movie Match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, if we'll go around starting with
Who
Justin.
goes first? Me, you.
Who talks first? I talk first. You talk first.
I'm gonna go In My Collection for now.
Mm.
I think on 1 or 2 more rewatches, there is a slight chance it could go Movie Magic, but I don't know. I think it's the highest end In My Collection.
Yeah. Definitely that's a solid In My Collection. I don't see a universe where it goes higher or lower than that.
Yeah.
I think In My Collection is good.
Yeah.
It's good. It was really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I'm with you where I'm doing the highest point where I can of In My Collection. I think this is going to be the best film of the year. I don't think it's going to be topped. Best film in the last few years, honestly. I mean, I loved this movie.
Yeah.
And it's a high In My Collection. I don't give that out lightly. In My Collection is our Movie
Especially
Magic is meant to
nowadays.
be a greatest film of all time. And I really do think the last film that I give that to was Endgame, because even -1, we
I know
gave
you
it,
switched back.
but I gave it
You
In My
switched
Collection
back?
because I'm viewing that as my top like 25 films of all time.
It was
Yeah,
because we
that's
we peer pressured him unknowingly.
So right now
But it's understandable.
it's high in my very high
Yeah.
in my collection.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say
Oh, sorry.
For me, it's going to be just In My Collection. To a little bit high in my collection, not like you two.
Just
I
below.
do think it's really, really good. I do need to watch it at least 1 or 2 more times for sure. But I don't think it's gonna change.
Right.
It's in my collection. That's a good rating.
No, I mean,
that's-
yeah.
I
Almost the best.
will say that it isn't incredible, but I think this is a good start to a hopefully profitable universe. And
Well, that was a
Do you?
that was a social.
yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Everyone.
Oh yeah, we all picked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Where's he?
Wow.
So wait, what do we do when that happens? You raise our
We
raise our
raise
glasses and
raise
then
our glasses.
sorry.
whenever it happens.
Whatever happens.
So 2 things. One thing that I was gonna say. We got a couple minutes left. I think the reason why I'm saying about the whole like it might be Movie Magic is because it's so fresh. Knowing myself with Man of Steel, it's been over a decade, and I would put that in Movie Magic for myself. Now it's not better than a lot of my Movie Magic films. It's probably at the lower end, but still Movie Magic nonetheless for me. I think that this film will age so good
Yeah, I do too.
because of the fact that this is our first time viewing it, and the first time's always the roughest with comedy for me, and I know for you,
Yeah.
and for a lot of people. So like now that you know it, the next time you watch, you're gonna be expecting that, and you're gonna focus on the better parts and the great talks with Lex, the great talks with Superman, Lois and Superman's relationship. I think it's only up from here, which is why I think it could be Movie Magic down the road.
Look up.
Look up, yeah.
I would agree. I'm in the same boat. I do think though that I'm still gonna be the same.
Yeah.
However, I do think I'll
You probably like it
I
more.
think I'll still like. I think I'll like it more now, knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
However, I think it's still gonna be just in my collection. But this is good.
Yeah.
This is a good
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
to the DC.
I honestly
no,
did
it's
not
man.
expect you to like it in my
Really?
collect. I thought you were gonna give it a good flick.
I did. There were like I said, at first
But
it
that
was
ending.
leaning towards good flick, but ending's paramount, and just the whole wrap up, it just felt good. And David Cornsmith, man,
Yeah.
he makes the
Really
movie.
good. Really good.
Such good casting.
Yeah.
Perfect casting for all Supermans.
And this is
Yeah.
DC's, in my opinion, best film since 2012.
Nice.
Dark Knight Rises.
Oof, nice. Yeah. Well,
I'd have to think about that,
Right,
but that's a
there's a
different
few.
video.
2012, because 2011 was Man of Steel.
2013
I liked
movie.
it.
Shoot. That's the
Uh,
one
oh,
one
wait.
time
What was
I
that
get it
movie?
wrong.
Hold on.
Black Adam.
No,
Oh
no.
man, dude, I would.
I mean, the Suicide Squad. I know you don't like it as much now, but Snyder Cut's also really good.
I liked it more than Trap.
Bro, don't even get me started on Trap. Trap's a masterpiece. Everyone needs to shut up.
I'm
and
not,
we
I'm not
can
saying that on social.
we
Trap
can move
sucks.
on. I don't care. Trap is a masterpiece. You can talk to me about it on my socials that I'm not active on. So yeah, we got 1 minute left, so we got to wrap this up.
All right.
This was so much fun.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Well,
Good work,
this
team. Proud of us.
Hey,
this was a fun time. This was a in my collection unanimous, which is great.
So good.
Could rise to movie magic for 2. Will remain the same for 2.
Yep.
So all in all, James Gunn, you did great. We're very proud of you.
Dude.
I'm sure you care very much about these 4
Keep
specific
it up.
independents.
Creature Commandos and Superman. Solid.
Yep.
Keep going.
Just keep it up.
Give
Keep
me
it going.
Peacemaker season 2 now.
And
Dude, John Cena showing up. Awesome.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a good time.
don't fall into a rhythm. Keep it
And-
fresh.
Yes.
Amen.
And don't believe everything you hear, son.
That's right.
And,
Ba-ba-da.
Make sure to eat plenty of vegetables.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.